Tonight, we have an update on the Enterprise City Schools lockdown situation from this morning. Enterprise police confirm they found ammunition in a student's backpack at Enterprise High School. News 4's Caroline Gerhardt has the details on what unfolded and how students and parents are reacting.
School resource officers at Enterprise High School found a large bag of ammunition in a student's backpack. At around 9:30, the high school and Career and Technical Center went under lockdown. 3 students of interest were detained.
Once it was determined that the firearm was not present at the school and law enforcement had all subjects of interest detained, the lockdown was lifted.
The lockdown ended around 10:45 and classes resumed as normal, but many parents made the decision to come and pick their kids up from school and take them home for the day.
Everybody was scared, terrified.
11th grader Shania Felton was walking to class when the lockdown started.
As I was down there, she was like rushing me to get back to class, and I just seen like a whole bunch of cops around. And as soon as I was walking up the stairs, that's when we got the call that we was going on soft lockdown.
Felton's mom, Christine Thompson, says hearing her daughter's voice scared at school made her decide to take her home.
Their voices, and they didn't know what to do and trying to keep them calm, texting them, and they see all this police. It's real terrifying.
Superintendent of Enterprise City Schools, Dr. Zell Thomas, emphasizes the importance of saying something if you see something.
I stress to the teachers every year is about building relationships with all of our kids. So when situations do arise, they're comfortable coming to an adult, whether it's an SRO or a teacher or an administrator, because that's how we're going to find out.
Somebody else needs to be thanked is the person that had enough intestinal fortitude to go to the officers and said, hey, there's a problem. That's how we end it. You see something, you say something. And I appreciate that person coming, having enough gumption to end this before it could have turned bad.
Coffee County District Attorney James Tarbox says as of now, there are no criminal charges that can be brought against the students of interest.
Based upon the facts and circumstances that we know them right now, I am not aware of a criminal charge that is applicable for merely carrying ammunition, regardless of where that ammunition was located.
Teachers, administration, parents, and law enforcement agree that the most important goal was accomplished. Each student arrived home safely at the end of the day. In Enterprise, I'm Caroline Gerhardt, your hometown news leader.
Enterprise High School and Career and Technical Center will continue classes normally tomorrow.